Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, this sun is gonna really bother me. Outside is currently the best place for me to record because it's a little chaotic in my house these days. Even though it's really quiet today, it wasn't. I had woke up this morning with the intent to film like 3 videos. If you're following me on my Instagram page, you would have seen my story rant about that this morning. And then they started doing construction out in front because a pipe busted a couple weeks ago and they never finished it. So I'm outside. I have my mic on. You know, this little guy that I can't stand? Yeah, brought him back. And I'm hoping that this will cure any noise issue that's going on over there. Today I wanted to do a little Q&A. And I did a poll on my Instagram page. Listen, if you're not following me on Instagram and you have an Instagram, go follow me over there because I do interact with you guys a lot over there and I ask for like recommendations and ideas and whatnot. So I posted on my Instagram page a couple weeks ago with some questions for you guys to ask me. And I said I was going to do a sit down Q&A and I didn't know if I should repot and do a Q&A or just sit down and have a little chill time, answer some questions. You guys said you prefer to just have me sit and chill and answer questions. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also sipping on a AHA. This one's really good. This is the peach honey flavor. I'm on this kick where I try every single sparkling water known to man just to see like what flavors I like the best. This is up there for me. Okay, let's pull out the questions. I haven't done one of these in a while. I like doing these a lot. It's fun. It's a little chilly today. That's why I have my jacket on. Chicago's weird. Guys, it was like 75. I think it reached 80 degrees one day last week. And now it's in the 50s. Just what it is, you know, it's just what it is. Ruby's Indoor Jungle asks, what do you do with old soil? It depends. If it has a bunch of like stone and pumice or like perlite in it, if it's really, really old soil and it has a bunch of additives in it, depending on where I get it from or whatnot, sometimes I'll just throw it out. But if it's a majority soil, you know, maybe it just has like some worm castings or something in it that's good for the earth, then I will put it out in like my garden. Well, I don't really have a garden. I have like multiple flower pots in my backyard. So I'll just dump it to that, add it to that. And then we also have like 2 trees in our backyard. One has like a bed of soil around the tree, and then the other one kind of the same thing, but it's, I don't know, there's more soil over there. So I'll do that. I'll just dump it like by the tree. We also have a evergreen in front, which is this one right here. Around it is like a little bed with hostas there, and it's all mulched. So sometimes I'll just pull back the mulch and like dump the soil there. But it really depends. It depends on like what's in it, what time of the year it is. If it's in the dead of winter and we have 2 feet of snow outside, then the soil's going in the trash. Sue Kelly asks if everyone is excited about, well, she has a few questions. 8, shush. 1, is everyone excited about the move? 2, have you and Jay been able to work a bit now in your photography jobs, or is it still slow? And 3, will your parents still have their own space in the new home? And 4, is your new house close to your old one? Okay, let's answer these one at a time. So is everyone excited about the move? Yeah, we are excited about the move. I think at this point we're kind of in a phase of we just need a bigger space because the house that me and Jay rent is smaller. It's like 1,500 square feet, and the house that we're getting is a little over 3,000 square feet. So obviously we're going to have more space. The kids will all have their own space. So we're excited to get out of the small, close quarters and into a bigger space that fits us more comfortably. Have we been able to work? Yeah, we're picking up work now. Jay kind of stayed steady. Not really. Obviously, when we were on lockdown, he couldn't do much. But I was completely at a standstill with like weddings and stuff. Fizzy. And now I'm picking back up. I had my first wedding last weekend, so it's exciting to finally get back into the swing of things. Hey! Let's go. Go. There's this little yappy dog across the street that my dogs love to communicate with while I'm recording. I had my first wedding last weekend and it's excited to get back into the swing of things and to really just be back in photography again. because it was a long time without picking up my camera. And, it's sad that had to happen, but we're back in it. Not fully, because Chicago's not fully open yet, but slowly we're getting back into it. Will your parents have their own space in the new home? Yeah, we all will. So that was very important to us going into getting a place together. Oh my God, it's windy now. We were adamant about us all having our own space. So me and Jay pretty much have our own floor. Kids all have their own rooms, and we all have our own like creative spaces. Well, me and Jay. My mom and dad aren't very creative in their retirement years, but yeah, we all have our own space. And is the new house close to the old one? It's about 25 minutes, so that's not bad. We didn't want to go like more than an hour out. Actually, that was like still too far, just because we're a split family and the other kids' families are in the city. So we really wanted to still stay close enough to them, just for the kids' sake and stuff. Are you looking specifically for a house with great windows and facing which direction? This is from Dawn Meyer. Okay, so a couple things. This house does not have any great windows. Let me take that back. It does, but not where I can put my plants in a space that is like great lighting. My plan for my plants is actually to have them downstairs. There's a little window there, but I'm not going to be relying on that light for my plants. They're going to be under artificial lighting pretty much for a majority of the year. I'll probably bring a lot of them out in the summer months because we have an amazing backyard. We do have off the kitchen. It's really pretty. It's like it's a double sliding door. So like there's 4 doors in the kitchen space, but you can't set up permanent plants in front of doors. Like you want to be able to walk in and out of those doors, or if we're entertaining. Remember when people entertained? Those were nice days, weren't they? Maybe they'll be back. We want to be able to use that space to go in and out of, so you can't really set plants up there. But this house has a ridiculous amount of shelving, like built-ins and like all these nooks and crannies. So I'm really excited to dive into decorating with plants a little bit more in this house instead of having all my plants in one spot. A majority of my pride and joys will be kept in one spot on my grow shelves, or my plant shelves rather, with my grow lights. I'm going to be decorating a lot with plants, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to like see spaces come together, and I'll definitely be utilizing some of the windows for those plants that are going to be in those spaces. So it's exciting. But when I was looking for a house, I really wasn't focused on that. We had a checklist of what we really, really needed, and moving into a home with 7 people has its challenges in itself. It just didn't take precedent over some of the other more important things, like the kids having their own rooms and me and Jay having our own space, and having an office area, that we can work out of and stuff like that. So yeah, hope that answers your question, Dawn. What was your first plant and when did you get it? I'd say the first plant that I ever got that like sticks in my head is my donkey tail, and I still have it, which is exciting. I think that was back in like 2014, 2015 maybe. And that didn't really start me on my plant journey. It was just one of the first plants that I had. Come on here. Don't cover the microphone. But yeah, it was quite a long time ago. We're in 2021 already. Wow. So I haven't been avidly collecting for a very long time. I'd say just for the past 2 to 3 years is when I really started to dive into collecting plants. But that was my first one, and I don't know, I just was able to keep it alive and watch it grow, and I was like, wow, I can do this. This is kind of cool. It's been repotted multiple times, and branches have fallen off of it, and it's seen better days and it's seen worse days. So it's gone through it, but it's still with me, and it's still a decent sized plant. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? This is a good question, because I was thinking about this the other day, and I used to have all these places like where I wanted to go. Like I really, really wanted to go to Brazil for a long time and just kind of like see Christ the Redeemer and like Machu Picchu. I really wanted to go there and like do that whole thing. The more I think about it, the more I feel like I just want to go back to Puerto Rico. So Jay and I have traveled to Puerto Rico. I think we've been there 4 times, and it used to be our go-to place. Like we would go there all the time. That doesn't sound like a lot of times to go somewhere, but we don't travel very often, so for us that's a lot. The hurricane hit, Hurricane Maria, I believe it was. Yes. And it wasn't a place that you could really travel to for a while after that happened because it was really bad over there. And then things started picking back up, but it was so expensive. It was like triple the price of what we used to pay to go there. And it was just a bummer because we just couldn't afford it. And we just decided not to do it. So I always said, like, well, I don't want to go back to Puerto Rico because, like, we've been there so many times. I want to go somewhere new and fun. Now that I'm collecting plants, you guys, Puerto Rico has some seriously amazing rainforests. And I would just love to go back there and do like a rainforest hike one day. Oh, I bet it would be so beautiful. And the wedding I just shot last weekend, I always ask the bride and groom, I was like, so are you guys going on a honeymoon? And she's like, yeah, we're going to Puerto Rico. And I was like, oh my gosh, when? She said, we leave tomorrow morning at like 7:30. And I instantly felt like, I got to get back there. Like, I want to go so bad. So if I could go anywhere like right now, that's where I would go. And that was from Marijuana Mountain Mama. Earth 2 Bonita. Am I saying that right? That's a cool name. How are you feeling after the vaccine? My first dose symptoms were pretty rough. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I got the Pfizer vaccine a little over a week ago. Our second dose is scheduled for me and Jay for April 28th, and I'm excited about it. Jay had zero symptoms, like just a little soreness on his arm. 2 hours after the shot, I came home and I was editing a video, and I just felt like instant fatigue. It was just like a wave of fatigue. Like I felt like I needed to go to sleep. I was super drained. I felt like I got hit. Like, you know when every muscle in your body hurts and you just feel super stiff? That's how I felt. And I could not lift my arm. Like it was like, that's about as high as I could go. So I was a little worried because I had a wedding that was on a Monday and my wedding was that Saturday. So I made sure I did it early enough so that if I had symptoms, like I'd be okay by the time I had to shoot a wedding, because I was like, I need both of my arms to hold my camera. The symptoms kind of went away the next day. Like I felt like maybe 80% better the next day. I didn't take a nap that day. I kind of powered through it because I needed to get that video done, and I didn't take a nap, but I slept like a rock that night. And they tell you to try not to take any like ibuprofen or Tylenol. Just try not to. So I didn't. I just drank a lot of water. You have to stay super hydrated. And then the next day I felt like 80% better. Still couldn't lift my arm. And then the third day I was totally fine. So it was like the best shot I've ever gotten in my life. And it was really nothing to complain about. I'm sorry if you're having really bad symptoms. That kind of sucks. And I'm sure you're a little worried about your second dose. I'm a little worried about it too, because this one falls on a Wednesday and I have a wedding that following Saturday. So I only have like 3 or 4 days to recoup. So fingers crossed. I'd do it again. If you want to know, I would do it again. Lindsay loves leaves. How did you and your husband meet? Is it stressful living with 2 Pitbulls in the house? We met through a mutual friend of ours. It was kind of like your basic how did you meet story. Like it was through a mutual friend and we just started dating, and that was pretty much it. The Pitbulls.
What do you think about that, huh? Is it late at night? You was going to bed? You good boy.
The only reason it's a little stressful at times is because they're both around the same age and they both like just have this excitable energy. If you have Pitbulls, you know what I'm talking about. Like they're just very easily excitable. So the like barking is annoying because one will bark and then the other one, it's usually Jazzy, our girl, who will start barking first. And then our boy Prime has to just overpower her. He's super dominant and he has to just overbark her. And then they're both barking, and they're loud. So that's, as you saw earlier, they're getting up there in age and maybe they'll start calming down sooner or later, but no, I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. Chelly Beans says, what's your favorite plant in your collection at the moment? Oh man, it's probably my elbow, my Monstera elbow. My Thai Constellation holds a pretty close second though. She is putting out a 4th leaf. I'm so excited about that plant. I think I might chop it and propagate it. I don't know. But my elbow that I grew from a wet stick is putting out a 3rd leaf, and it's still small. It's still kind of tiny. I'm just so excited for that plant to get bigger. I'm excited to see it growing because it's growing faster than I thought it would. Progress Pizza Plants said, when it's safe to travel again, where do you want to visit? again, right now I think it would be Puerto Rico. That's where my mind's at anyway. Julia Betty Photography. I think I'm saying your name right. You're a photographer. Hey. Are you growing out your natural hair color? I am. And how's it going for you? Yeah. I mean, I have not gotten my hair colored since, I think it was February of 2020. So it's been over a year now. And I mean, for the most part, like probably like down to like here is my natural hair color. It's like a dirty blonde, brown, gray combo going on. As of right now, I really don't care about my hair color. I don't have any plans to get it dyed. I do want to get it trimmed, but I think I'm okay on like the hair coloring front for a while. Kind of want to see where this gray is going. If the gray ends up taking over, like a lot, like see all this here is all gray, then maybe I'll get it dyed. Are you talking, little birdies? Wow, that's bright. Oh, it's like hazy bright. I hate that. But I feel like I wish the gray would grow out and not just stick around like the front stragglers of hair, you know, like, because that would be kind of cool. But I also don't want to dye my hair gray because I just don't. J.L. Marvel said, will you be doing trades and meetups when it's considered safe? Oh my gosh. So meetups. Yes. I've talked about this before about how much I want to like meet every single one of you guys. But Adam and Becca and I were talking about doing like a podcast meetup or just like a meetup in general, like all three of us. But now we all live in different states, so that's kind of difficult. But hopefully we can. Like that would be so much fun if we can do that and like just meet you guys and see you guys. I wanted to do something in Chicago at Plant Shop Chicago. And I was talking to the owner about it before COVID hit, and then obviously, you know, COVID hit and everything closed. I don't even think that they're back open yet, like for walk-ins. I think they're just doing online sales, but they still do have a brick and mortar shop. So it would be really cool if I could set something up there and do like a meet and greet, or I don't know. I just find that really weird. Like, would people come? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. If you're in Chicago or a neighboring state, like, would you come to a meet and greet? That sounds weird to me. My tree is still dripping sap, and I just heard a big bloop, and I don't know if it was bird poop or actual sap. Julie's Style, an Instagram page I love. Her aesthetic is everything. Would you like to open up your own plant shop? So, like, in theory, it sounds like a fun idea, but I don't know. I don't know if I would ever have like my own brick and mortar plant shop. But at the same time, I know I don't want to have an online shop because I don't want to ship plants. I hate shipping plants. You guys, I just do. But then I thought about like how cute it would be to have like a backyard greenhouse. But then I also don't want people coming to my house. So I'm very indecisive on this matter. It's something that I'd entertain in the future. Not right now, for sure, but it's something that I might entertain in the future. It's definitely something that Jay has talked to me about before. Don't you want to open up your own plant shop? And I'm like, I do, but it's a lot of money and effort that goes into that, and time, and I don't know. Like, coming out of this pandemic and trying to get back on our feet with weddings and stuff is challenging enough, let alone taking on a whole new business. So I don't know. We'll see. I have some inspiration out there from some people that I follow in Chicago, so I might just keep that on the back burner. Too Bonita asked me again, or she has another question. Favorite ice cream flavor? You guys. Okay, my all-time favorite is pistachio. Yeah, either you love it or you hate it. I understand this. But this new ice cream by Haagen-Dazs is called, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to put a picture on the screen here. You guys, it's like a raspberry, but it's not sweet at all. And it's got this thin layer of dark Belgium chocolate in it. And it's like really thin. So when you break through it with your spoon, it's just so good. You have to try it. If you haven't tried it already, I got my mom hooked on it. You have to try it. Oh, Chris, she says, are you driving through Louisiana anytime? Love your face. Oh, I had plans to meet Chris when I was in Louisiana back in March of, what was that, Chris? Like 2019. I think it was 2019. I shot a wedding out there oh, come on, son. And I had plans to come meet her, and they fell through. And I definitely want to get back there. I want to bring my kids there. I think that it would be a really cool, like, cultural experience for them to see New Orleans and just Louisiana. It's just such a beautiful state. I love it there. I'll let you know. Danielle's Leaves asks, how do you manage watering all of your plants outside around all the natural rainfall? I've gotten this question a lot, and I think it has to do with the area that I live in, because I've never had a problem with this, but this year might be a little bit of a challenge. I have like 80% of my plants in leca now, and with leca, you know that there's a water reservoir in the pot, so unless I'm bringing those plants out and they're on a covered patio or on my picnic table where I'm sitting at now, like with an umbrella, I can't leave those plants outside because the rainwater will flood them out because they can't drain. But with my terracotta plants, or like anything that has a drainage hole that's in soil, they really dry out so fast in Chicago. It's, you know, they call Chicago the windy city, but it really is windy here, and they do dry out quite quickly, even regardless of the humidity levels in the summer. They do dry out, and I try to like plan my watering around the rain. It rains quite often in the summer and in the spring and in the fall in Chicago. It really does. I would say maybe at least once a week we have rain. Sometimes I don't even have to water them, and sometimes I'll just be like, okay, did it rain on Monday and today's Thursday? It's not gonna rain in the next couple days. Let me give them some water. If I happen to water them and it rains the next day, though, they're not getting flooded out. They're just draining, and they're drying because it's so windy, and they dry out quickly. And most of my plants are in terracotta, so terracotta dries out fast, especially outside. Okay, I feel like I've been talking forever. Lighting's going to be all over in this video. I apologize. You know what? I need to stop doing that. I need to stop apologizing for things, because you guys don't care, right? You don't care. Yeah, I have killed that. It says, why do we park in driveways and why do we drive on parkways? That's a really good question, Steve. I don't know. Something about the English language and words we choose for certain things will never make sense to me. And maybe that's one of them. Oh my God, I can always rely on you. Okay, I don't think I have anything else. And now the sun's coming out and the clouds are going away. So perfect timing. I've been talking for 30 minutes. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.